That morning in a small town in the central United States. Everything seemed unusually peaceful. The sun had yet to rise high. And soft rays of light filtered through the early morning mist that blanketed the vast fields. Birds chirped melodiously from the treetops. The breeze gently rustled the grass. And the fresh, earthy scent filled the air. Emma, a compassionate young woman, often started her mornings with a walk around the area. For her, it wasn't just a routine but a way to feel connected to nature. But today, something felt different. As she passed by a large, ancient tree in the middle of the field, Emma heard a faint sound, not the wind or birds, but a soft whimper. Like a plea for help from a fragile being. She stopped, looked around, and moved closer to the tree to investigate. Beneath its sprawling branches, she discovered a sight that made her heart sink. Curled up under the tree was a skinny Labrador mix, so emaciated that its ribs protruded starkly through its patchy, matted fur. The dog, later named Luna by Emma, trembled with each shallow breath. Its body nearly devoid of strength. Luna's coat was not only sparse but also covered in blood-sucking ticks, forming horrifying black patches on her skin. Yet what broke Emma's heart the most was the sight of 4 tiny puppies huddled against Luna's side. The fragile pups were so weak and tiny that they barely moved. Their eyes were closed tightly. And soft, raspy breaths escaped them, signaling that they, too, were on the brink of exhaustion. Despite her pain and desperation, Luna had curled her body around her pups to shield them. Her sorrowful brown eyes lifted to meet Emma's gaze, carrying a silent plea for help. It was as if Luna had devoted her last ounces of strength to protect her babies, even as her own life waned. Standing before this heartbreaking scene, Emma couldn't hold back her tears. She was struck by the resilience and unconditional love of this mother. Even in the direst circumstances, Emma knelt down and gently placed her hand on Luna's head to reassure her. She whispered soft words of comfort, knowing the dog might not understand, but hoping her warm tone could bring some solace. "It's going to be okay, sweet girl," Emma murmured, feeling Luna's cold, trembling body beneath her palm. She checked on the puppies, realizing they were too weak to nurse on their own. Emma knew she had to act immediately. Without hesitation, Emma pulled out her phone and called the local animal rescue group. While waiting for them to arrive, she removed her jacket and carefully wrapped it around Luna's frail body, providing a little warmth. She also used her hands to gently rub the tiny puppies, trying to keep them awake and alert. Each passing moment felt like a race against time as Emma held these fragile lives in her hands, determined not to let them slip away. Within 20 minutes, the rescue team arrived, bringing medical supplies, food, and warm blankets. One of the rescuers, an older woman with kind eyes, knelt down immediately to assess Luna and her pups. "We'll do everything we can to save them," she said with a steady yet emotional voice. Emma watched as the team carefully lifted Luna and her puppies into a warm rescue van, her heart aching but also filled with hope. Once Luna and her pups were taken to the rescue center, Emma couldn't stop thinking about them. That evening, she prayed they would survive this ordeal. The next morning, she decided to visit the center. When she arrived, she saw Luna lying on a soft blanket, receiving fluids and medical care. The rescuers had bathed her, removed the ticks, and bandaged her wounds. Though still frail, Luna opened her eyes and looked at Emma with an expression that seemed to say thank you. The puppies were receiving special attention as well. slowly regaining strength and nursing from syringes. In that moment, Emma knew she had made the right choice. Luna's struggle was not just the fight of a mother protecting her young but a testament to the strength and unconditional love found in nature. To Emma, Luna was more than just a dog, she was a symbol of resilience and hope. A reminder that even in the harshest circumstances, life can be saved through compassion and determination. When the rescue vehicle brought Luna and her puppies to the local animal rescue center, a sense of urgency and worry filled the air. Luna's condition was dire. As the first volunteers and veterinarians laid eyes on her, they couldn't hide their shock. Her patchy, emaciated body, protruding ribs, and exhausted eyes told a story of suffering and depletion. What was most alarming, however, were the hundreds of ticks deeply embedded in her skin, causing severe infections. The prolonged blood loss had left her severely anemic, barely able to move. The 4 tiny puppies, though frail and weak, clung to her for warmth and safety as if she were their last hope. The veterinary team quickly sprang into action. Luna was brought into the main treatment room, where they decided to anesthetize her to begin the painstaking process of removing the ticks. It was delicate and meticulous work. Each tick had to be carefully removed using specialized tools to avoid further damage to her skin. Some areas were badly ulcerated, requiring thorough disinfection to prevent the infections from spreading. Throughout the procedure, the team monitored Luna's vitals closely, ensuring she felt no further pain. Painkillers and 4 fluids were administered to stabilize her. The process took hours. But the team didn't waver. They knew Luna's life hung in the balance. Meanwhile, the puppies were taken to a special neonatal section of the center. Each pup was carefully cleaned, with every tick and flea removed from their tiny, fragile bodies. The veterinarians determined that all 4 puppies were mildly malnourished but, fortunately, showed no signs of infection. After being cleaned and warmed, they were placed in an incubator to stabilize their body temperatures. Rescue workers fed them replacement milk through small syringes, drop by drop, helping them regain their strength. While Luna remained under anesthesia and the veterinarians worked tirelessly to save her, Emma stayed close by in the rescue center. She watched every move the medical team made, her heart filled with hope and anxiety. As the first ticks were removed, she couldn't hold back her tears. The sacrifice Luna had made for her puppies became more apparent with each passing moment. A veterinarian, after examining Luna more closely, explained to Emma that Luna had likely been wandering for weeks, searching for a safe place to give birth. During that time, her health had deteriorated due to starvation and dehydration, while her body was overwhelmed by the infestation of ticks. Hearing this, Emma felt a deep admiration for Luna. She wasn't just a dog, she was a brave mother who had given everything for her pups. Emma knelt beside Luna, placing a gentle hand on her and whispering, "You're so strong. Sweet girl. We're going to do everything we can to help you and your babies." Even though Luna lay motionless under anesthesia, Emma continued to speak softly, as if her words could offer comfort and strength. The simple promises she made weren't just for Luna, they were for herself. A reminder that she wouldn't give up until everything was better. The treatment lasted nearly the entire day. And when Luna finally awoke from anesthesia, she was still weak. But her eyes no longer held the same hopelessness as before. Emma sat close by, gently stroking Luna's side and telling her that she was safe now. That small gesture not only calmed Luna but also reinforced the growing bond between the two. It was as if Luna understood she no longer had to fight alone, there were now people who would stand by her side to protect her and her pups. Over the next few days, Luna received continuous care. Her wounds began to heal. Her coat started to regrow in places where the ticks had been. And her strength slowly returned. Her puppies, nurtured with dedicated attention from the rescue staff, grew stronger each day, learning to nurse on their own and beginning to toddle around in their incubator. Emma visited Luna daily, bringing words of encouragement and small treats that Luna could eat to rebuild her strength. Every time Emma looked into Luna's eyes, she saw a renewed glimmer of hope. She knew the recovery process would be neither quick nor easy. But with patience and love, Luna and her pups would overcome it all. For Emma, this moment wasn't just about rescuing animals, it was a profound lesson about sacrifice and the power of love. Even in the most desperate circumstances, the story of Luna and her puppies quickly spread. Not only within the rescue center but across the small town where Emma lived. A rescue worker had captured the first photo of Luna as she arrived at the center, her emaciated body, patchy fur, and exhausted eyes, with her tiny puppies curled up against her side. The image, along with the heartwarming story of Luna's sacrifice and resilience, was shared on social media and instantly touched hearts. Within hours, hundreds of shares and comments flooded in, ranging from prayers for Luna and her puppies to questions about how people could help. Support began pouring in from everywhere. Town residents started delivering essential items to the rescue center, medical supplies, dog food, warm blankets, and even hand-knit sweaters for Luna. A local pet store donated a large supply of food and care products. Soft beds and toys were also sent for the puppies, along with handwritten notes filled with well wishes. The community's acts of kindness didn't stop there. A group of local children decided to set up a lemonade and cookie stand to raise funds for Luna. Their small coins and crumpled dollar bills were delivered to the rescue center, accompanied by heartfelt words of encouragement for Luna's recovery. Meanwhile, a group of elderly residents, deeply moved by Luna's story, began knitting blankets and sweaters for her and her pups. They sat together, sharing stories of their own beloved pets, and found joy in knowing they were making a difference. The entire town seemed to rally around this story. People were inspired not only by Emma's brave actions but also by Luna's extraordinary strength and unconditional love for her puppies. Local businesses joined the effort as well. One restaurant hosted a special day, donating a portion of their profits to the rescue center. They believed Luna's resilience symbolized the spirit of overcoming adversity, something everyone in the town could relate to. Meanwhile, at the rescue center, the outpouring of community support energized the staff and volunteers. Luna, though still weak, began responding well to treatment. Her wounds started to heal, and her fur slowly began growing back. She no longer shivered from the cold, thanks to the warm blankets sent from all around. Each day, Luna seemed to gain a little more strength, and her eyes began to shine with hope. Luna's puppies, whom Emma and the team named Scout, Daisy, Max and Willow, were also making remarkable progress. After receiving careful care, they were no longer frail. The puppies began playing, exploring, and running around in the rescue center's nursery area. Their tiny barks and energetic tail wags brought life to the entire space. Each unsteady step they took was a reminder of rebirth and the hope that the community had helped create. Emma, who had initiated Luna's journey to safety, felt immense gratitude as she witnessed the town's unity. She visited the rescue center regularly to see Luna and her puppies, bringing along gifts and supplies donated by the townsfolk. Every time she saw Luna growing stronger, Emma couldn't help but feel a surge of emotion. "You've come so far," Sweet girl, she would whisper to Luna. Her eyes filled with hope. One afternoon, as Emma arrived at the center, she saw Scout, the most adventurous of the puppies, struggling to drag a toy larger than himself. Daisy and Max followed close behind, while Willow, the smallest of the litter, hopped around them. The sight made Emma smile. She realized that these puppies weren't just recovering, they were learning to enjoy life, a gift that Luna had fought so hard to give them. The story of Luna and her puppies became a symbol of kindness and resilience for the town. What began as a quiet morning had transformed into a movement of collective goodwill. From hand-knit blankets and children's lemonade stands to the tireless efforts of the rescue center. Everyone contributed to writing a new chapter for Luna and her family. For Emma and the entire town. This was more than just a story about saving a dog, it was a reminder that when a community unites for a common purpose, miracles can happen. The days at the rescue center passed, and Luna's health gradually improved. Weeks of careful attention from the veterinarians and volunteers brought about miraculous changes. The frail, battered image of Luna was replaced with something new. Her fur began to grow back, covering the scars left by her painful past. Strength returned to her body with every passing day. And her once weary, sorrowful eyes now sparkled with life and hope. One bright morning, the entire rescue center gathered in quiet anticipation as Luna was brought outside to attempt her first steps free of pain. Emma stood by her side, her heart filled with both worry and excitement. As Luna cautiously took her first steps, small but determined, everyone held their breath. And then, her tail wagged gently, a symbol of her triumph. Cheers erupted from the volunteers. And Emma couldn't hold back her tears. It was a moment that confirmed Luna had overcome the hardest chapter of her life. Luna's joy didn't stop at her recovery. When she was strong enough to reunite with her puppies, the center witnessed another heartwarming moment. Her pups, Scout, Daisy, Max and Willow, had grown stronger and more energetic, bounding around the yard with wagging tails. As Luna entered, the 4 puppies immediately recognized their mother. They dashed toward her, bouncing and wagging their tiny tails with pure delight. Luna bent down, gently licking each of her pups as if to reassure herself they were truly healthy. It was a deeply moving moment, a testament to the unbreakable bond of a mother's love. After weeks at the rescue center, it was time for the puppies to find new homes. Scout, the playful and friendly one, was adopted by a young family with children. The kids quickly fell in love with Scout, who brought joy and laughter into their home. Daisy, sweet and gentle, was adopted by an elderly couple living on a farm. She would spend her days peacefully roaming the fields with the cows and sheep. Max, the bravest and strongest of the litter, found a home with a young firefighter, where he became part of a special rescue team. Willow, the smallest but cleverest of the pups, became the companion of a teacher, bringing comfort and happiness to her students. As each puppy found their forever home, Luna's future also became clear. Emma, who had rescued Luna in her darkest moment, couldn't imagine parting ways with her. The special bond between them had grown into something profound. Emma knew she didn't just want to care for Luna temporarily, she wanted Luna to be a part of her family forever. You deserve a life filled with love, Luna, Emma said as she signed the adoption papers. Luna's new life with Emma was a fresh start. No longer wandering fields in search of food or enduring pain and exhaustion. Luna now lived in a warm home where she was loved and cared for every day. She had a soft bed by the window, where she loved to lay and watch the garden outside. In the afternoons, Emma took Luna on walks along the familiar paths where their journey had begun. Luna, now healthy and full of life, wasn't just a rescue dog, she had become Emma's most loyal and cherished companion. While her new life brought joy, Emma never forgot the lessons Luna had taught her. From the sacrifices of a mother to the strength to overcome adversity, Luna's story was a reminder that resilience and love can triumph over any hardship. Together, Luna and Emma weren't just two individuals, they were a living testament to the unbreakable connection between humans and animals. Luna's story didn't end with her recovery, it blossomed into a legacy of resilience and love that touched an entire community. Photos of Luna at the time of her rescue, with her emaciated body and weary eyes, placed next to images of her after her recovery, healthy. Her coat soft and shining, her eyes bright with hope, circulated widely. People in the town and beyond began to see Luna as a symbol of hope. A reminder that even in the darkest moments, love and kindness can transform lives. Emma, profoundly grateful for having Luna in her life, decided to share Luna's story with as many people as possible. Together, they began hosting talks at community events, schools, and non-profit organizations, where Emma recounted the journey of rescuing Luna and the important lessons she learned along the way. Luna would sit calmly beside Emma, wearing a sweet scarf, her presence inspiring everyone who met her. Their story wasn't just about animal rescue, it was about compassion, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between humans and animals. At these events, Emma emphasized the importance of caring for animals and identifying the dangers of parasitic ticks, a major health risk for pets. She encouraged people to regularly check and protect their animals and reminded them never to abandon pets under any circumstances. Many attendees left these talks with a new understanding of animals' needs and a commitment to treating them as beloved members of the family. Luna's story also sparked a major change at the rescue center that saved her. Recognizing the profound impact of her story, the center established a special fund in her name, the Luna Fund. Its purpose was to provide financial and medical support for abandoned or urgently rescued animals. The fund also supported educational programs to raise awareness about wildlife and pet protection. Donations poured in from far and wide, enabling the center to expand its operations and save even more lives. The Luna Fund became a vital part of the rescue center's mission, ensuring that Luna's legacy would continue to save lives for years to come. As for Luna, she embraced her new life to the fullest. No longer the frail, starving dog Emma had found, Luna now thrived. She was healthy and full of energy, loving her walks with Emma through the fields where sunlight danced on the grass and a soft breeze carried the sense of nature. Luna adored playing with the children in the town, patiently letting them pet her and even tolerating the tiny hats they placed on her head. At home, Luna had her own cozy bed by the window, where she could relax and watch the garden Emma lovingly tended. Each evening, Emma would sit beside Luna, stroking her fur and recounting the day's events. Sometimes, Emma would reflect on everything that had happened, from the moment she first found Luna under that tree to the day they became a family. "You're a true fighter, Luna," Emma would often say. And Luna, as if she understood, would respond with a wag of her tail or a loving gaze. Luna's legacy wasn't just about her survival, it was about the ripple effect of kindness her story created. She became a living testament to the power of compassion, showing that even the smallest acts of care can make an enormous difference. From a discarded dog left to fend for herself, Luna had become a symbol of hope and resilience, inspiring a community and giving countless other animals a chance at a better life. Together, Luna and Emma proved that love and kindness truly have the power to change the world, one life at a time.